already know what y'all gonna say to me about this piece, but romance is not real. I just want to open with that. It's just that your relationship has been in auto renewal annually, and you never stopped to check if you felt safe. And I know the ritual got you feeling confident too. The African diamond ring, 5 anniversaries, the dinner dates lined up like bill payments, but that does not mean you're in a love story. In fact, it just means you're in an empire mutated romance. Because you gotta understand, you're not romantic. You're not romantic. You're subscribed to that man, and I don't even want to know how many times you've been paying him every month. And now you're at home letting him pop the bag open because he's good at meeting deadlines, but has he ever met you? Has he ever met you, though? And the thing is, right, people call themselves hopeless romantics, too. But really all I ever see is a hopeless taxpayer, somebody who needs 9 rounds of sales tax before they even know if they're in love. Just in general, because you've been living in an empire script. That's all romance even is. It's affection taught through receipts. It's presents through price tags. That's what it is. It's candlelit dinners, Valentine's Day aisles, anniversaries on cue. All of it is just a ritual. None of it is love. And if you're black, you got to understand the abduction of love is not some kind of metaphor. It was literally happening. Love was chained, renamed, forced into the same ships you were stolen on. Our people didn't get dating. That's not what black people got. We didn't get boyfriends and girlfriends. That's not mythic. That's not ancestral to us. They got survival. That's what our ancestors got. They got devotion. So you want real love, especially as a black person. Don't look for romance. Don't play into that narrative. Look for joy. That's something the state refused to recognize. Look for even reliance. Resilience. That's what you need to look for. Somebody who's willing to stand beside you, even if the storm isn't blowing in your direction. You see what I mean? Even if it isn't helping your sales. That is love. That was love. Love without receipts. Love without a contract. Because you got to get it. Romance is deeply a mask. Deeply. The empire just dressed love in it. That's all it is. So it could tax, sell, and schedule you. That's what it was. And you get to still call all that shit yours. But I want you to understand, you need to ask the question, really the quiet question after all this happens. Because Valentine's Day comes, he takes you on a date. Everything's looking extra nice, but am I safe here? That's what you need to ask. Am I seen here? Or am I being performed with? Right? Is that what's going on? Because even the way you're taught to find soulmates, meet cutes, I'm just saying, the coffee dates, the idea that it'll all get easy, it's not love. That's not love. Love is a fire that does not need any receipt. Love is a rhythm of somebody making sure you eat before they do. That's love. I want you to picture it. Love is the silence that lets you breathe in a world that never stops demanding your performance. Love is not some kind of contract, because a contract is just what the government requires you to do. Right? Actually, it doesn't even require you to do that. I'm just saying, love is actually a shelter. Love is actually a witness. But if you're not catching it, then love never gets to make it to be the quiet revolution of two people refusing to let an empire tell them who they are. So if your bond depends on calendars, receipts, titles, I don't know if it's a love story. I don't know. If the empire is keeping your heart auto renew, if an algorithm is the only reason why you see your partner, I don't know. This is why romance isn't love to me. Romance just comes off like an empire's fit. And we see the shit he got on. I just want you to understand that love was always ours. And love is really the only thing that the empire couldn't measure. So most of history, this is just me talking. Most of history, like a lot of people really always thought that love was about the property side. But that isn't the study of love. That's not the study of love at all. That's the study of the state's behavior and regulation of reproduction. That's what that is. Love was in the letters. Love was in the secret meanings. Love was in the mysticism. That's where love was back in the day. Stop acting like this is some kind of regulated thing where we just improved upon love over time. No. Empire just imposed itself on love over time. What are we talking about? I hear so many dumbass conversations about romance, but romance is a genre of storytelling. A genre of storytelling. Intentionally exaggerated. Intentionally. Romance is not even what our ancestors would have called that. How about that? Or single as identity, boyfriend, girlfriend, all that 20th century shit. Everybody in the world was not born to want a boyfriend or born to want a girlfriend. That is new. That's new. We only been doing this for maybe like 100 to 200 years. This is all new concepts. All new. This isn't some mythical thing. That's why I'm on the side where I'm like, it's not real. It's not real. It's fictitious. So I already know how y'all gonna talk about this, and it's okay. It's okay.